Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids, and today we've actually got a lot of really good news. Good news happening. Let's start off with the pup date. There she is, Willow. We talked about this on stream yesterday. Come up and say hello. But if you guys didn't watch the stream yesterday and you want a bit of a pup date and what's going on, Willow has been doing really, really well actually. So, I mean, like basically, we were told, I guess it's a week and a half ago now. I guess at this point, that it was like, this is it. Say goodbye, spend your last little bit of time with her, because this is it. She was basically born with a bunch of genetic problems around her whole urinary system. So her kidneys, especially, are the worst part. So yeah, but that she was on like fluid treatment, sort of somewhat like dialysis, really, I guess. And yeah, she's actually perked up loads since then, and she's doing really well. She's a very happy dog. Are you a very happy dog? She needs a WALK today. Down we go. She needs her walk, but she's delighted. She's loving life. She loves pets and everything, so she's doing really well. So that's the pup date. In case, yeah, good girl. In case you guys didn't see the stream, she's doing well. How long that will last, no idea. She could be good for days, maybe weeks, maybe months. But that's probably about it, right? Like her kidneys are just messed up, her heart is messed up and stuff. But the main thing is that she's happy right now, and she's very, very happy. So that is great. Number two, before we get onto, I'm sorry, I'm bombarding you with non-raid stuff here at the start. But number two, if you guys are super cool, my second, I've actually got two other channels I've been doing, which is Nub's Journey for AFK Journey. I just honestly haven't had the time to focus on that one, but I'm keeping on going on Nub Star Rail for Honkai Star Rail. If you guys are in any way interested in the game, I'd really appreciate it. Links in the description if you would, sub to the channel. That'd be super cool. It's a great game. I'm actually loving it a ton. But yeah, if we could hit 1,000 subs, that'd be massive because I can then like monetize the videos and stuff. I actually, believe it or not, I've already been approached through AMG, the ad agency, for like sponsored videos on the channel. I'm like, bro, I'm getting sponsored video opportunities on that channel. I can't even monetize the videos. I've made $0 because I don't have 1,000 subs. So if you want to help out, that would be great. That'd be cool. Right, let's touch on actual raid stuff then. That's what we're here for. So let's do the lesser news piece first. We're ramping. We're ramping with this video. Well, actually, no, we started peak with the dog, and now we're ramping, right? So first of all, another giveaway for you guys. I have already submitted the winners for the last giveaway, which we did with this, but there should be, let me double check right here. There should be another giveaway, I'm pretty sure, for doing a video on this. Yeah, so there'll be 5 winners, each getting 300 energy, a rank 5 chicken, 2 sets of 50 multi-battle attempts, and an XP boost for 3 days. What do I want you to do? So we're basically going to talk about the Vault Keeper Wixwell voting here, and the giveaway is tied into Vault Keeper Wixwell. I guess what I'm curious to know is what other types of games do you guys like to play, right? Obviously, that ties in with the Honkai Star Rail stuff. I like to play Honkai Star Rail at the moment, and I'm also playing Animal Crossing on my Switch, Animal Crossing New Horizons. Me and the girlfriend are playing that, having great fun. And we have a 3-star island now. We're top tier. And I'm also been playing some Unicorn Overlord, which is the worst named game of all time, but actually really good. A strategy JRPG on my Switch as well. So I'm playing a good bit of that. And then I've got a few games on PS5 to play too, but that's what I'm sort of playing. But let me know. And what you also have to do, if you want to enter that giveaway, sub to the Honkai channel while you're there. You need to add your number to the comment, right? That is how I submit winners to Plarium. If you don't put your number in the comment, I think maybe I wasn't super clear about this in some of the other videos, because I got a bunch of people leaving comments but not putting the number in. You need to have this player ID, this number. It needs to be in your comment. Otherwise, I cannot submit you as a giveaway winner. That's how they send the stuff to people. So again, to find that, go into your click your profile picture, come to info, and you can click the copy ID button if you want, or just type it in, whatever. And actually, incidentally, you might as well copy the whole thing. I actually only need the latter half, but it's sort of easier for me to see them quickly in comments if you post the whole thing. But yeah, that's what's happening. Let's talk about Vault Keeper Wixwell. So, Defense Focus is winning. It won 50.5% on the A3, up to 60% on the A2, 55% on the A1. I thought the A1 would have more variety, but that's okay. Let's have a look at, oh, son of a gun. Well, hang on. You need your player ID for this as well. So let me grab my player ID, slap that in, and then I need OC nubs, and I agree to everything. Of course, I read them all. I know what I'm agreeing to. Yeah. We gotta vote for his skills. So the damage focus prevents his death and keeps him alive at 1 HP. When hit with a fatal hit, then counterattacks. If it kills the attacker, fully heals. If it doesn't, kills this champion instead. That's a very funny passive. I like that. That's cool. Does not fit with him at all. He is not a damage champion, so no way. The support focus, allies do 5% more damage for each poison debuff on the target, stacks up to 30%. That is genuinely insanely strong. That passive is genuinely insanely strong. Unfortunately, again, we didn't pick any of the poison stuff, so it just doesn't quite fit. But I'm telling, like, that support passive is nuts. So much so that, like, it's a pity. Like, that would have changed everything, really. Like, that passive is crazy good. It is crazy, crazy good. It's very similar to Bad L. I think it's, like, better, really, though. It goes higher, but Bad L's nuts. Like, specifically, actually, for the Trunda, right? The ridiculous Trunda teams for Hydra. Gerptuk is great. He can give you 30% more damage, and that's easy to stack up because it puts it on yourself. So Gerptuk is brilliant. Bad L is a good alternative. Bad L, you do 20% more damage to targets under poison. Now, so this mostly just obviously works against decapitated heads. Most of the living Hydra heads can't be poisoned, but this is a crazy damage boost for Trunda. You get poisons on decapitated heads and you go nuts. This one is up to 30%. Now, you need lots of poisons, so it's harder to activate, but it's a huge damage bonus. Really strong support focus. Hopefully, we'll see more champs like this in the future. It's a cool thing. It's just a cool thing. But I think the choice, not really a surprise, has got to be defense focus. At the start of each round, puts counterattack buff on this champion for 1 turn. That cannot be removed. At the end of his turn, puts counterattack buff on him for 1 turn. This is just, it's great. It's an extra buff. So I think he's very easy to build for Hydra. You put him into Hydra with high resistance. That's an extra buff on him. And he will be a pretty decent mischief tank. And, you know, he's going to be provoking with his A1. That's not very useful. If he gets hit by Head of Decay, yeah, he can provoke them. But that's really unlikely because, you know, he's a support champion. They're almost never going to be your most damaged champ. Maybe if you built him in Guardian gear. But, I mean, he's putting out shields and stuff as well and increased defense. I don't see him being targeted by Decay, so that's not going to help. But it will help with Mischief. This will also make him very, very good. Very good for the Cursed City. If you're stuck on Doom Tower Hard now, I think Doom Tower Hard, if you've got Armanz is so overpowered that I don't see how you'd possibly struggle on Doom Tower Hard anymore. Really. Armanz will just win it solo. But if you are, this is also going to be really good because he's counterattack on himself, and when he counterattacks, he can provoke. So for Cursed City, for wave-based content, he's going to be an absolute god. So yeah, I think he's going to be super, super duper helpful to people. Honestly, yeah, I think he's real good. Again, I would say if you were focused on Clan Boss, I think the defense focus A3, A2 are really good. Then you could have gone the support focus for A1 and passive. You know what would have been kind of cool? If you could, like, imagine they did in the future. Oh, Plarium. I will give you this idea for free if you sub to my Honkai Star Rail channel. How about, like, a fusion where you can just, like, mix and match their skills? You can just change this, like this. Imagine this guy, but you could just change his skills at will. How freaking cool would that be? So you could be like, oh, gonna do some Clan Boss today. I'll switch him to the Poison A1 and more damage for Poison stacks. Let's go. Run him with a Frozen Banshee and be like, yeah, we're chilling. That'd be super cool. But anyway, this one, I think this is the best pick. I'd be shocked if it's not winning. 65%. I have no idea how damage focus is beating support focus. You guys are like, I realize he doesn't have any poisons in his kit, but support focus is a million times better than this. Like, this damage focus literally only makes sense if he was a damage champion. But yeah, we don't have much time left. There's only 20 hours. So go in and vote. And there you go. Now, let's get on to the bigger news of the day, which are actually good events, right? Plarium's been having a tough time in the last couple of weeks. A lot of it their fault. You know, like they really screwed the pooch with some of these things, like events not working, progressive chance events bugging out, all that sort of stuff. I think a lot of these Titan events have been poorly received. Like the frickin' get an epic for winning a tournament to get an epic champion. You know, the Titan event, they've been struggling. These ones are actually pretty good. And this is nice as well. So they've actually confirmed this is free gear removal coming tomorrow on Thursday. Free gear removal is arriving. 100% chance, 100% cost reduction, so it's free to change all of your gear for 96 hours. That's great, brilliant, fantastic, and they said that's what they're going to be doing moving forwards. I guess this dashes any of my hopes that they might just give us permanent free gear removal. I used to hate the idea of free permanent gear removal. I honestly, at this point, I'm like, yo, just make it happen. But I guess it's not. But good news is that this is a nice, solid event. They're going to be telling us about it in advance as well, so you even have more time to plan and be like, okay, cool, right, free gear change is coming. Great, I'm going to make time over one of these 3 days, like properly sit down with the optimizer and all of that and actually work this stuff out. But that's great. How far are we into the Cursed City? I've been, yeah, we're like halfway through. I think that's a better timing as well. Yeah, I think it's a better timing. Maybe we should even have free gear removal, like, at the start of the Cursed City and then at the end, like just free gear removal every 2 weeks or something. That'd be way better for Cursed City, more frequent. Because I found personally, let me know what you thought about that as well. I found the free gear removal at the start of the Cursed City, I wasn't far enough in for it to be super valuable. I think this is the better spot for it, like 2 weeks in. So like I'm at Amius, I'm at Soul Cross. Okay, I'm grand to go. I found when it was at the end of the Cursed City, I was kind of like, oh man, now it's just a whole lot of stress, like a lot of time pressure, a lot of stress to actually clear out the Cursed City. And I kind of found myself just going, what if I just don't bother? What if I just don't do the Cursed City? And I don't care about this. And then I could just be stress-free. And that's what I did. So this is probably better. I think, every 2 weeks would be even better. But yeah, we'll see. Anyway, that's a great event. So great, 96 hours of free gear change, cool. Then also on Friday, that's this Friday, going to be a 2x event for epics and legendaries from Void Shards, so 2x voids. And on the same day, Friday, will be Riho Bone Spear 10x event, which is nice. Now, this is interesting. Riho Bone Spear is a phenomenal champion. I don't have her. She was the first guaranteed champion from Void Shards. So obviously at the time, I was not saving my Void Shards. So, I think at the time I was also not spending any money. So it's like, yeah, there's no way to get her at all. And she was probably one of the best guaranteed voids. I think Narcisse is better, but she's probably second place, I'd say. But she's super good. Now, the funny thing is, her best spots are Phantom Shogun and Sand Devil's Necropolis. Now, she is not essential. I've got 2 teams that don't use her, and they're very good. But she would be an upgrade, for sure. But we know that these dungeons are being changed at some point in the next, I don't know, couple of weeks to 3 months or so, I would guess. It's really hard to judge. This is the team I run here. Obviously, Riho would be a big upgrade to Ruella for this team. And for Phantom Shogun, I run this team. We're going to do updated guides, by the way. She'd be a big upgrade to, I don't know, I guess to Reliquary Tender for this team, I think. She'd be a really big upgrade. Massive, actually. So yeah, she's really good for those 2 dungeons. I expect after these are changed, stay tuned for updated guides whenever the changes go live. I am not going to revisit my guides for these dungeons until then. I think there's no, why would I update the guide and refine it and whatnot when it's going to be changed anyway? But I expect she will still be really top tier for these dungeons. She's also pretty good for Iron Twins, so she could be really good there. She's phenomenal against single target bosses, basically. Why? Simple enough. She comes in and she's void, so there's no weak hits. She's got a stun. Doesn't work against bosses, but it does other enemies. But HP burn, decreased defense, weaken, decreased attack, decreased crit rate. So many buffs, so many debuffs. I mean, decreased defense, weaken, so you're maxing out your damage. Decrease attack and decrease crit rate, so you don't take much damage. The burn for an extra debuff. The stun if they're stunnable. It's just a phenomenal move. Then she also's got a really big cleanse with a heal and block debuffs. Her A1 heals you as well. Yeah, she's a really solid champion. Again, she particularly shines against any single target bosses, and that's likely to be the case basically everywhere in the future. If just a super duper single target debuffer, that's also keeping you alive. It's a great kit. It's really solid, and she also looks freaking badass. So yeah, my plan, like this is not part of a fusion. It is part of the Titan event. So I don't know. I've got 100 voids right now. I've saved up a good chunk. Again, unfortunately, I'll probably skip this event. It's just a 10x at the end of the day, and I am not close to Mercy. If you're going for the Titan event, then this is a brilliant event. But if you're not, For me, I'm going to be saving for the future guaranteed champions. Bearing in mind, White King Narcissus was what? I think Narcissus was 110 voids. Was he 110 or 120? I don't remember. Narcissus was expensive, and Narcissus was incredibly good. So I think if you're late game, personally, if you're late game, I would much rather save up for guaranteed void champions in the future, which are highly likely to be extremely good value, versus gambling on a 10x event. But look, it's up to you, especially if you're early in the game, right? Early game, you're probably pulling your voids on 2x anyway, because you want to get as many void epics as possible. Now, I'm at the point, I don't need any void well, there's a couple I need, but it's not important, right? I'm missing a few, but it's not important. But early in the game, you need the void epics. You're pulling on 2x anyway. Look, a 10x Riho is a brilliant champion to get, so you're super happy if she pops out. So for early game players, great event. For later game players, I'd probably lean towards the guaranteed, but if you're close to Mercy, I mean, you could give it a go. It's only a 10x. It's not as good as a progressive chance, for sure. So, like, who's up right now? Like, Shuzen or Tu Hanarak. I would rather, personally, again, I would rather go for Tu Hanarak or Shuzen 15x. I'd probably go Shuzen 15x would probably be my pick, I think, over the Riho 10x. 15x is better than 10x. Simple enough if you're that close to Mercy. So yeah, that's sort of my thoughts on that. Look, let me know what you think about it, though. And yes, I think I'm probably going to be skipping it. But like I said, these are two good events. Actually, just good, solid events. Nothing really to complain about. A 2x for the 10x. That's good. Great. Free gear change. Fantastic. There we go. So some nice news for a change. And yeah, let me know how you're feeling about it all. Again, remember to sub to Honkai Star Rail if you like Weebs games. And I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.